Ofori-Atta to face justice in Ghana may embolden current occupants of public offices. Also this afternoon, the U.S. Immigration Court is set to determine fate of embattled former finance minister who is in ICE detention. Political historian urges the NPP to prioritize electoral viability over internal loyalty as it prepares for its flag-bearer race later this month. It's News Central live on TV3. I'm Kemeni Amano. The news starts right now. Now, pressure group Arise Ghana is staging a protest at the U.S. Embassy here in Accra, demanding that former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta is returned to Ghana to face investigations over alleged financial mismanagement and other related charges. Members of the protest say they have lost patience and cannot cope with his continuous stay abroad when he is urgently needed to face justice here in the country. The group, clad in red and black, is bearing placards with inscriptions such as "Bring Ken home," "No hiding place for corruption," and "DDEP victims deserve justice," among others. Let's connect now with Christian Yale, who's on the ground. Christian, what else can you report?
All right, and so for these protesters, they are running out of patience concerning the continuous stay of Ken Ofori-Atta abroad when he is needed in the country to come to face justice and answer to urgent questions concerning his administration's performance, especially a number of financial mismanagement allegations that have been leveled against him, issues such as the SML GRA contract, as well as the National Cathedral project, and a few others that are a bone of contention, matters that the special prosecutor over the period has been investigating. And so they have been here, I can confirm, from early hours in the morning at the presence of the U.S. Embassy in Accra. And they say that they are making this verbal communication right at the doorsteps of the U.S. Embassy. They believe that they're just on the corridors of the United States, and so whatever they say here goes directly to the authorities in the United States of America. Right now, they have taken to sit on the floor to make their protest, and you see in your shot a number of dignitaries, including Bernard Mona, the 2024 flag bearer for the People National Convention, the PNC, as well as Selom Dramado, who is a lead convener of Arise Ghana. There are a few people who are arriving right now who are exchanging pleasantries with them. But Kemini, let me seek to get some interactions with them. But you see the placards that they are holding right now, including the banking sector cleanup must be explained. Ken's stewardship killed Ghanaians. Bring back Ken to Ghana. Ken is needed in Ghana, among a number of placards that they are holding. And so this afternoon, this is the plea that these people are making, that as urgently as possible, Ken Ofori-Atta must be brought back to Ghana to come to account to Ghanaians what he did, his leadership over the period. But let me talk to Bernard Mona, who is one of the lead conveners embarking on this quest. Bernard, one would ask that, what is your actual concern concerning the extradition or the return of Ken Ofori-Atta back into the country? We know that today he is in court. Why not wait until that process is over before you make any demands?
Being in court amounts to nothing to the people of Ghana. Being in court is not because the U.S. is trying him as to whether he should be extradited to Ghana or not. He is in court because he has overstayed his visa and his welcome in the United States of America. Consequently, he has applied for permanent residence in the United States of America. That is why he is in court. We are saying that when you get a thief, you make that thief to face justice. The actions of Ken Ofori-Atta has led to one of the legacy regrets of President Akufo-Addo.
Which is that one?
Which is the domestic debt exchange and the personal bond issues. And President Akufo-Addo is on record to publicly admit that these economic wrong decisions have impacted negatively on his record. Who was the person in charge of it? Was it not Ken Ofori-Atta who imposed electronic transfer levies on all of us, e-levy, at a time when everyone told him that it was not the panacea? He told us that e-levy or the IMF. At the end of the day, we passed e-levy and we still went to the IMF. When we told Ken that, well, since you have publicly said that the IMF cannot be the solution to our problems, the IMF cannot deal with you as a confident person, Ken decided that he would not go because he cannot abandon his children in the midst of chaos. Today, the same children are saying that, Daddy, our inheritance, we want to know where they are. And the man is running away from us. We were told that Ken was sick. We were told that he is there to take care of his health. All of a sudden, Ken is now healthy. And Ken doesn't want to come to Ghana. Ken wants to now permanently stay in the United States of America. Take this from me.
But his lawyers have made a case that so far he has cooperated very well with U.S. authorities, and it's not a matter of he evading justice.
No, what could he have done when you are in the grips of the authority? You are in the grips of the authority. Will you be shouting? The shouting will amount to nothing.
What do you want done right now? What is your urgent?
See, if Ken is not returned to Ghana, then we are finished as a nation. That will become a very dangerous ground for anybody that occupies public office to steal state resources, and then a day to the swearing of a new president, you leave the shores. And then you are giving amnesty in a new country to enjoy your loot. So if that becomes the case, it will become a terrible ground for us. And I'm saying that after Ken has left, Atuforsen is Minister for Finance and Economic Planning. Should Atuforsen learn from Ken's terrible record? If he's to learn from Ken's terrible record, it means that we are saying that Atuforsen also start stealing, also start empowering your family, give state resources to companies that belong to your family, and in the end, when there's a change of government, just pack your things and go to another country and you'll be saved.
Thank you, Bernard. So that is the urgent need. I'll pick a few thoughts from you. You first. Joining this protest, you are seated on the floor right now. What do you want done right now? What do you want to see to make you happy?
We want Ken back. We want Ken to face the law. We want Ken to account for his work as a minister of state.
Thank you. But what about you?
My name is Apostle Abraham Lincoln. I staged the one-man demonstration against the OSP for his removal. And I also say that in my petition, I said the OSP has demonstrated bad faith by seeing the man going without calling people to arrest him.
Was there something the OSP could have done?
Yes, but it's the appointment of Chief Justice. We are waiting. Now, so it's in line with what they are doing, so I have to show my support. Ken have to calm down. Listen. Sometimes when I look at some pastors hiding, I look at them and say, are you helping this nation at all? Man of God, speak, come out. How can somebody loot the nation, go and lodge somewhere, relax, enjoy himself with people? What kind of life is that? So my demonstration is in line. So I just follow them. I will not sit at home. I also join them. All right. Though my own was a one-month demonstration, but I'll join them because we need to bring Ken straight. And we see when we bring Ken, I'm telling you, as Akufo-Addo, we found wanted. Some of them, I'm telling you, take it from me.
All right.
As Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo, as president, he will find wanted.
All right, thank you.
What's the name will be mentioned.
All right, thank you. So Kamini, right here, the protest continues. But let me quickly get a word from one of the lead conveners, Selom Jamado. Selom, just 1 minute. A quick thought from you. One would ask that the U.S. authorities in the United States are taking charge of this issue, looking to forward to the extradition or what you term in your own terms, deportation of Ken Ofori-Atta. What role does the U.S. Embassy in Ghana here play? Obviously, authorities in the U.S. are taking charge of this, isn't it?
The authorities in the U.S. are taking charge of this because this is U.S. The United States of America is just right behind us. So this is America. We are just some few meters away from America. So whatever we do here, the American government will listen to us. It is the American government that can determine the fate of the Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, because Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta is under custody, is in their custody today as we speak. So only the American government can determine his fate as to whether he will come back to Ghana or not. That is why we deem it that this picket should be done right here. So the American the embassy will rally our concerns.
Now, Salam, having spoken with some of you earlier, I get the understanding that you are looking forward to the judgment from the judge today when Ken Ofori-Atta appears before the court. What will be your next line of action when what you expect is not done or pronounced?
No, whatever we have, which will be our next line of action, is up our sleeve. And when that time comes, we'll communicate it to the media through you to the general public that this is our next line of action, because we have several options to explore as far as this picket or Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta's come back to Ghana is concerned.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, and there are quite a number of police officers. Security is beefed up here. And so that is the situation. But Kamini, maybe I'll wrap up by engaging some senior citizens who have decided to join this protest. It is quite remarkable to know that they have also decided to be here for so many hours, joining this protest really to drum home that effect that if anything at all, they need some accountability. If anything at all, they need some answers. And from no one than Ken Ofori-Atta, the ex-finance minister. I want to speak to you briefly. You are a senior citizen. You are here with a number of your colleagues. What is your interest?
My interest is we are here because of one thing or one person. You understand me? We are here for Ken to come. Because he's in America, that's why we're in the American embassy. We should bring him back to Ghana. Because there are so many questions he must come and answer. That is why we are here.
But let me ask, there was the domestic debt exchange program, haircut was very popular. Were you particularly affected by any of those? For which reason you want answers from Ken Ofori-Atta?
Me, I'm an old woman. I'm a full Ghanaian woman. To work is very hard. Now, money, the money that he alone has taken with his family over there, that money is included in Ghana, attack to Ghana money. I can get a loan to work, you understand me? But now, nothing could be done. They left this thing, the present government is not the one who is doing this. It's Ken Ofori-Atta. Because of him, we are here in the America, because we know he's in America.
Until you see him, you will not go. Are you going to be here until you see Ken return?
I know he will not come today. So we want to give this. We are doing protests. Yes. We have written a letter. When we give it to the embassy, we shall go back. We want to hear from them. So when they tell us something good, then everything will be calm. But if they don't bring him down, no, we can't accept it.
You can't accept it. Kamini, so those are the actual concerns here when you get here, and indeed you realize that the protesters are very much poised in drumming home their demand. What they are saying, Kamini, basically is that if you have not been to America before, this is the U.S. Embassy right here. This is America for them. If anything at all, they believe that once they bring their applications here, the U.S. authorities over there would get to hear whatever they have to say. And so that has been a situation here. In fact, one thing is that you do not see a lot of the numbers. You do not see more people coming here massing up. But the situation, or what they tell me, is that it's not about numbers. It's about the issue. It's about what they are demanding. It is about what they are requesting, and which is what they have brought here, demanding that the U.S. authorities do one thing, just one thing: deport or extradite Ken Ofori-Atta back to this country. Earlier, I had an interaction with Hope Sinadoye, who is a lead member of the United Party, who is also saying that upon all the things that lawyers of Ken Ofori-Atta have said over the period that he's in the U.S. on health grounds, on security grounds, and whatnot, if Ken Ofori-Atta anything fears or is afraid of being jailed or being sent to the prison custody, that is just a simple thing, that he should just return whatever is in his custody, or whatever he deems fit of responding to Ghanaians about. He should just come back to do that so that he is free from all of this, because it is more honorable being in his own country than being detained in a foreign land. That is the situation indeed. And we are here until we get them to send their petition or whatever it is that they have to send directly to the U.S. authorities here, and then we'll see what the story goes after here. But that is it, right from the U.S. Embassy. Back to you in studios, Kemini.
Christian Yale with that report from the U.S. Embassy here in Accra. Now, we also know the former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta is expected to appear before a United States court today and in connection with alleged immigration violations. The court appearance follows his recent detention by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which has indicated that Ofori-Atta overstayed his visitor visa and has consequently lost his legal status to remain in the country. According to ICE, the former minister's visa was not merely expired, but also formally revoked by U.S. authorities back in June of 2025. This position has been confirmed by Ghana's Deputy Attorney General, Justice Shremsai, who rejected earlier claims that the issue was a routine visa overstay. We'll keep an eye on this development. It is a virtual court appearance today, and we'll update you as and when new developments emerge. I want to take you now to Parliament, where the Minority Caucus has been holding a news conference on the U.S. government to indefinitely suspend immigrant visa processing for individuals from 75 countries, including Ghana. Nana Safwe Aye is Deputy Ranking Member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament. Well, now, you recall that the U.S. had made announcements about these, a pause on immigrant visa processing in these countries. We'll talk about that in a tad. Right now, however, a political historian at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Samuel Edujemfi, is urging the NPP to prioritize electoral viability over internal loyalty as it prepares to elect a flag bearer for the 2028 presidential election. According to him, the party must be interested in a candidate who can secure victory at the national level and withstand political attacks from the opposition NDC.
People should be interested in the one who will bring them victory. They should be interested in that individual who cuts across. That individual who would not be, open enough to be jabbed to receive an uppercut from the NDC. So between candidate Bawumia and candidate Kennedy, these two have emerged as the topmost candidate. Electoral observers, more so the Electoral College, should be interested in viewing or looking up to the one who will not divide opinion. One of the candidates will suffer a crisis. These two, I don't mention. One of them will suffer a crisis in reconciling the party even up to 2028. The NPP at this stage need a party mobilizer to lead the party as a candidate. The party itself was going to suffer crisis post 2024 elections, and especially when they lost miserably. You present the same candidate, you present the same leadership, you don't understand the science of election. If the MPP will be fair to the party, they must self-purge. And if they are going to self-purge, which is self-correction, you understand what I'm trying to say? They must clean this.
Now, residents and workers who commute between Tema and Afienya have expressed excitement and commended government for the operation of the Tema-Impakadan rail line. The commuters say the train service has eased their daily journeys and reduced the stress associated with road travel. However, they are calling for extended operational hours to enable afternoon and late shift workers to commute without going through the usual difficulties. Joseph Armstrong has more.
Now, this is the rail services from the Tema. How about here, heading towards Afienya? And this, we are told, has come as a relief for many workers that commute between Afienya to Mataheko and other communities all the way to the Tema and continue to Accra. Sometimes, we are told this indeed has helped many. If not, many of them would have gotten home at least after 8 p.m. due to the traffic on the road. But with this, in the next 30 minutes or so, many of these passengers you see here will be at their destination. Let me talk to a few of the people here and see how the services has been like so far. Tell me your experience.
Oh, it's very nice, very good experience. So everything is cool. We are cool now.
Before the coming of this train, tell me how you move from your house, how you get to work, and how you get home. The number of hours you've saved for yourself.
Sometimes 4 o'clock.
You mean 4 a.m.?
Yeah, a.m. Maybe by 6 or 7 o'clock before I reach my website, Tema.
So compared to this?
Oh, this one, we are very, very cool now. Cool. Everything is cool.
And the pricing?
Oh, the price, it's okay.
That is 15 cities?
Yeah, 15 cities. It's okay.
You are from Tematek?
Yeah.
So you have to leave from Tematek and come here?
Yeah, I'll leave Afienya to Tema every day.
Okay, so tell me your experience.
Well, it has been a great ride for me since I started school. I always use it and it's very comfortable and reliable too. We always come and take it and the cost is so good for us.
I'm standing all the time. You have to stand. So they have to add more coaches and they bring the price down.
That helps.
Yeah, to help a lot.
Any other concern?
Oh, it's reliable and the time too is okay.
The timing is okay?
Yeah.
They should add more coaches? Yeah. And the services too, they have to increase it to like 3, 4, 5 times?
And the price to have to come down.
The price to have to come down?
At least 10 cities is okay. But now fuel is down, so they have to do something about it.
Well, many people are asking for the pricing to be re-looked at least. If they will agree to take 10 cities, that would be of great help to many of the people here. So tell me about how this train has brought you some relief.
Oh, it has brought a lot of relief because we used to take like an hour from maybe Committee 1 to Bichili. I live at Bichili, so like I can say like an hour plus from Committee 1, or even sometimes struggle in getting a vehicle from Committee 1. But since I joined the train, like within 15 minutes I'm at Afienya, which I can get another car to go back home. So in less than like 45 minutes I should be home.
All I would say is that the government should look at it and then do more. Need more of these things. Yeah.
You need more?
More everywhere. Some people can even work from Kumasi. You know, they can go to Kumasi every day and come.
I'm staying at Bichili.
Bichili?
Yeah.
So if not for this train, you would have joined a car?
Yeah. And the traffic too. Sometimes you can be in the traffic for 3 hours. So this one is good.
This train, we are told, is supposed to be full to the capacity of about some 120, but as it stands right now, approximately you can count at least no less than 200 to 300 people who boarded this train, with many of them standing. So those who are currently seated now, just about some 120, and each person gets to pay 15 cedis flat rate, regardless of where you are going.
Now, Deputy MD of the Tema and Pakadan Railway Project, Albert Amankwa, says management will address the concerns of their commuters.
Some of the passengers, many of them have their own concerns, and their concerns include the fare you charge is too much. They said the 15 cedis is too much. And secondly, they want you to increase your services between the Tema and Afienya, because there are many more people you are unable to carry in a day. What have you to say?
Yeah, I don't know, but then the fueling of the train itself is very expensive. And then the vision of the president at the same time, the CEO, is ensuring that passengers are respected with the moderate fare that it needs to be charged. But honestly speaking, when you look at the marine fuel that we put in this train, it is not ordinary diesel. It's very expensive, and it is bought in dollars. You see, so as a matter of fact, when you have to calculate, then It has to be not less than 20 cities or 25 cities.
But as it stands now, it has been subsidized.
Yes, and how can the government subsidize this? This is a project that the president himself is carrying out because the former president, initiated it. So, for ongoing purposes, they have to subsidize, one way or the other to ensure that everything goes on very well. But to be honest with you, as for the fare, it will be changed very soon. The target is not mainly for Afienya alone, but it's for Adomi, which the marketing team is working out day in and out to ensure that whatever process needs to be done as early as possible, so we can get the capturing. Because either than that, then it means that we are running at a loss. My problem, seriously, is with the people who sit on the rail track and other environment that the rail line is being constructed up to. That you could realize that people put ballast, the stones on the track, and then the train cracks them on the rail track. But it is rather unfortunate because you can see that the impression is to derail the train.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I will now take you back to Parliament, where the Minority Caucus is holding a news conference on the decision by the U.S. government to indefinitely suspend immigrant visa processing for individuals from 75 countries, including Ghana. Nana Asafo Aye is Deputy Ranking Member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament.
Living here and abroad. Over the past few years, Ghanaians in diaspora have remitted about 3.7 billion and 6.6 billion annually to this country. Let these figures settle. Billions of dollars, not loans, not aids with conditionalities, but the sweat and sacrifice of Ghanaians abroad, sending money home to feed families, build houses, pay school fees, start business, and keep the economy afloat. The United States accounts for the single largest share of this remittance. Conservative estimates place American remittance to Ghana at between 1.5 billion and 2.5 billion per year. Every year. That is more than the entire annual budget of several of our ministries put together. Now, when you freeze immigrant visa processing, you do not merely delay dreams, you choke an entire economic lifeline. Make no mistake, today's visa freeze is tomorrow's remittance deadline. Families that cannot reunify in America will not establish a stable employment and residence that sustain regular money transfer home. Highly skilled Ghanaians like doctors, nurses, IT professionals, lawyers, who would have lawfully joined the diaspora and contributed to these flows or to this flow will remain here. But so too will the caregivers, the service workers, the construction laborers, the agriculture workers, whose honest toil in America sustain an entire village, an entire community back home. Nations, we are told, or we must remember, are built by a combination of citizens both at home and abroad, each contributing according to their capacity, each vital to the whole. This visa freeze attacks that partnership and diminishes us all. Or worse, they will seek opportunities in countries less invested in Ghana's success. The foreign minister's megaphone diplomacy has put billions of dollars in an annual remittance at risk. And for what? So that he can play the strong man on television, so he can harvest social media applauses, whilst Ghanaians' families suffer in silence. The architect behind this disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to the people of Ghana today that this humiliation, this economic threat, this decimation of our international reputation bears the fingerprints of one man, and that man is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. I do not make these accusations lightly. I make it on the basis of documented undeniable pattern of reckless, immature, and diplomatically illiterate conduct that has systematically eroded Ghana's standing with our most important allies. Let us be clear. This pattern began before he assumed office as a minister. Then he was an opposition MP. Mr. Blackwell, hiding behind the so-called Operation Recover or Loot, ORA, promoted a false and a harmful lie that over 21 billion have been stolen or lost from the state. This reckless allegation damaged Ghana's credit rating and eroded international investor confidence. Now, the Attorney General, Dominic Ayeni, is pleading with NDC supporters to be patient regarding ORA, telling a member of the very committee that produced the document, Daniel Yaw-Domilevo, a former Auditor General of Ghana, has reportedly confirmed that ORA merely compiled gossip, rumors, and unsubstantiated information, presenting it as evidence of corruption without any verification. In his own words, it was garbage. Tragically, Okudzeto Blackwell is the man now representing Ghana to the world, a man whose relationship with truth has always been casual and whose instinct has always been to prioritize sensation over substance. Now the pattern, and listen carefully, this is where the pattern is. Let me examine the evidence. First, the American file. For months, Ghana has faced sustained questions from Washington about deportation cooperation, documentation of nationals abroad, the commercial dispute involving American firms. These are technical matters, the everyday business of bilateral relations that mature diplomats resolve through quiet, sustained engagement with Department of Homeland, Immigration and Custom Enforcement, and State Department consular desks. But what did our reckless and incompetent foreign minister do? Did he deploy our embassy in Washington to engage systematically with the relevant agencies? Did he assign senior technical staff to work through the issues file by file and case by case? Did he ring-fence Ghana's vital mobility interests by demonstrating our reliability and good faith? Apparently not. He chose theater over diplomacy. He issued sharp, personalized public rebuttal. He conflated legitimate debt discussion with sovereignty rhetorics. He allowed what should have been managed as technical cooperation to become political confrontation. And worst of all, he failed utterly to anticipate that a Trump administration with a documented history of using visa tools coercively would place Ghana exactly where we find ourselves today, this punitive list. Now, ignorance is a pattern of negligence. Negligence that harms millions is grounds for removal from office. Now let's look at the Israel debacle. But perhaps the foreign minister's most revealing failure came in December 2025 with the Israel deportation fiasco. On 7th December,
and additional information on that visa freeze. This does not affect non-immigrant visas like your B1, B2, or your student visa or traveling for medical purposes. That is still ongoing at the U.S. embassies across these 75 countries, including Ghana. You're live here on News Central. We'll take our very first break. When we come back, there's more news. Don't go away. Welcome back. It's still News Central here on TV3. I'm Kemeni Amano. Now, we'll now head to the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where more than 50 shops and makeshift homes at the Kwame Nkrumah interchange area have been razed to the ground. The cause of the blaze, the extent of the damage, and whether any injuries have been reported remain unclear, as firefighters are being helped to douse the flame. Emergency services, including the Ghana National Fire Service, are still on the scene, working to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading to nearby structures. Firefighters are having a difficulty in extinguishing the inferno, as accessibility to the fire base remains a challenge. Stanley Niblo is our reporter on the ground. Stanley, has the fire now been put out?
Yes, so just as you mentioned, the firefighters have been able to confine the fire, which means that the fire is not able to spread to other structures anymore. But they've been able to confine it, and then to a large extent, they've been able to contain the fire. And so just that they are having a Herculean task doing so earlier, because accessibility was a problem. This is a shop, this incident is the second in 3 weeks. The earlier one, a few shops were gutted when before the Ghana Fire Service were called in to come and fight the fire, but they were able to successfully do it. But this very incident is the aggravated form of the previous one, because more than 50 shops have been razed down by the fire. I must also say that the phone shop, this is a commercial hub, so you have a lot of phone retail shops here, but most of them have been salvaged by the Ghana National Fire Service. And then those who were fortunate earlier, who saw the fire, that it has the potential of spreading to other structures, they were able to evacuate their wares from their shops. And so their shops were affected, but their wares have been salvaged. So far, so good. I must say that no casualty has been recorded, and also no fatality has yet been recorded. But the Ghana person from the Ghana National Fire Service are trying their best to put the situation under control. Earlier, I spoke to some eyewitnesses who told me that because people have been cooking and selling at the place, that has actually resulted in the fire outbreak. But the Ghana National Fire Service is yet to actually tell us the actual cause of this fire. They are here to assess the situation, and then later they may be able to tell us what the true cause of the fire is. So the Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso Central constituency has been here because this jurisdiction falls under him, and so he's here to commiserate with the people. And as a matter of fact, he also spoke to the media. We can listen to what the eyewitnesses and then the MP have been telling the media.
To be honest with you, it would be wrong for me to come and say that we are sacking them tomorrow. No, let us finish dealing with the actual problem now. When we finish dealing with the actual problem, we'll have an engagement with them and let them know that you can't do that, you can't do this. It's going to be a collective decision from all of us. So I believe it's a matter of engagement and information dissemination and having a discussion with them. When we get to that point, we'll deal with it. But we can't have people who don't know how to use gas be exposed to gas and be using gas within a community like this. It's dangerous to all of us, and we can accept that.
Okay, thank you. Your brother. Sister Coast. Now we come baby say. Now all market and sana what say a hand mushe. But first of all, I didn't know where one. I didn't see him.
Yes, me auntie me wa market and I'm a bad friend say me ndi Ghana ya me China me mla na he na
Mon the eco fire that she any buy.
The meet me auntie. The day started here for me need the guest and we got to say me area more
Mr. Mama.
Bajam Dini
Isa. Na oh han na eja no chat. Okay, then na betumi aka chere.
Eja no on say VIP for no on station that you see. E wona eta bodan kwa. So mom we inside no mo ye aduane. And eja no e ko so nipa ba ko dey. Ti rush say be dey e bebi no. Ga mo e da dey gusu no na eja no say dey. E ba mo. Aha, ti nipa ba ko na wa ko so na we na esi.
Last 3 years,
last 3 years, last month, and crying a month. She was the rest of 3 weeks. The one that is a hash, the police for Papa Park or Mukas Best and no mostly one side go on my. And then it's a police for one by my way and a Johnny Dumia. The Johnny Dumia or something between paying for it to be paid, the catcher or more. But I said, Mudu Jerry and Obiaso in any, and they are to be here and one of them.
Sandy, we'll leave it here for now. Thank you so much for talking to us. Stanley Nible, who is at the Kwame Nkrumah interchange area. It's still New Central here. We'll return shortly. Don't go away. Let's take you across the regions now. The Municipal Chief Executive for Shama, Paul Otis Dentu, has confirmed the full construction and completion of the abandoned 100-bed Shama District Hospital as announced in the 2026 budget. He indicates the preparedness of the traditional authorities there of making alternative lands available if need be. Meanwhile, the Western Region Minister, Joseph Nelson, has directed the municipal and district chief executives to ensure that the District Assembly's Common Fund is used effectively for its intended purposes. Irama Smith has more.
In August 2020, the NPP administration broke ground on a 32 million euros 100-bed Shama District Hospital, pledging completion within 36 months.
Now,
no one can claim this project will be abandoned. The 32 million euro credit guarantee from China has been secured, so nothing can stop or further delay its progress. 6 years later, despite several assurances, the site lies abandoned, its foundation pit choked with drifting sand and overgrown weeds. Following the sword cutting ceremony for a series District Assembly's Common Fund project, Shama Municipal Chief Executive Paul Otis Daintu disclosed that the traditional authorities are prepared to provide land for the project if the original site cannot be secured.
The good people of Shama, we've heard a good news. When the budget was read, we heard our name that the district hospital that was promised by the SY government, President Akufo-Addo's government, which didn't come to fruition. President Mahama has taken it upon himself to come and build it for us. And for us in Shama, we are very grateful. And it is not even possible that we are going to get the same site. I don't think so. But the landowners might have taken back their land because they've been there for about 6-7 years and still counting. So I don't think the land is even available. But we have land. For the people of Shama, all the Nananum are ready. If we go back and they release it, fine. But if we don't get that one, I think that we still have enough land to contain that project.
Meanwhile, Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson has urged MMDCEs to ensure the District Common Fund is used effectively for its intended purposes.
Na inyina bebema na owo anamana His Excellency wetu.
All of this was made possible through President Mahama's vision and campaign promises. He pledged that if elected, he would ensure district assemblies receive the necessary funding for development through the Common Fund. Now that he has received these resources, ensure they are used effectively for their intended purposes. Irama Smith, TV3 News. Shama.
National Chairman of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, has reaffirmed the party's unwavering commitment to Ghana's development, pledging to uphold accountability and sustain critical legacy projects. He's also assuring that the party is working hard to resolve the unemployment situation in the country. He was addressing community leaders and party supporters during his tour of Bibiani and Rianso Bekwai, Sefirioso, Bia East and Bia West during his tour of the Western North region.
Ghana for a application by say open police and Jumayan. Now here 500,000. And Pem Ahenum. Mabuna ye police yako. Omainu sika sam no so said ye wo musi ayano poto no. Na ye bun konta. Ye betimi afa empim numpe. 5,000 the whole country. Enunti nana. Me dey member we are 17 say. Obi atimi acha niema 5,000. Now I saw 500,000 from. And until nature no enough from. If you apply now in Yabia, Yasramo and more President Mahama Subo. If we say, Papa, we Yesu Christo, our day about do if you did nipa thousands and thousands and thousands here. Every so we are say what they say. Obiati mianche 5,000. Amana so 500,000 so that. I don't think Yasramo enya ye ne ba bia o man na wo den ebetimi aduru no ye gutu ayeye ena ye tuatua aka no afiri ho no afia ye besi mu no sika no bi baba ye timi abue mu afa nipa dodo enunti ukofa nipa no bebre kogu ho na bosome so untimi ntia o moka na koya na se obai.
The IGP's Anti-Galamsey Task Force has stepped up its nationwide sensitization drive against drug abuse, extending the campaign to basic and secondary schools as part of efforts to protect the youth and safeguard the future of this country. This initiative forms part of a broader security strategy by the Ghana Police Service to tackle crime and social vices across the nation.
In the northern region, the IGP Special Operations Team has also been intensifying security operations within the Tamale Metropolis and the Yendi municipality to clamp down on criminal activities. As part of the intensified security initiative, the IGP Special Operations Team conducted routine but robust operational activities targeting armed robbery, kidnapping, drug peddling, sexual offenses, attacks on mobile money vendors, and other crime-related activities within the northern region. Beyond enforcement, the team also engaged the community and pupils during a Quranic graduation ceremony at the Dakpema Palace in Tamale. Addressing the gathering, DSP Bawa Abdul Jalil cautioned against drug abuse and called on all stakeholders, especially the youth, to play active roles in fighting the growing drug menace in the metropolis and surrounding municipalities. The pupils expressed happiness to have been engaged by the IGP's operations team on the dangers of drug abuse.
This operation is not just to stop drug abuse, but also bringing back our lost hope, our future, and our tomorrow. We support you. May Allah support you more.
The team later moved to the Yendi municipality, where one Abdul Latif Mohammed was arrested with 10 wraps of dried leaves suspected to be Indian hemp at a joint. His colleagues bolted, but luck eluded him, and he was apprehended.
This substance, was it here before the police arrived?
Yes, it's here, because, but I don't see it.
Was it here before the arrival of the police?
Yes.
Put it inside.
The police, before departing from the scene, set items being used by the suspect on fire. On their return to Tamale, the team intercepted another suspect, Abdul Bawa, at Myon. A search on him revealed 16 containers of suspected Indian hemp, a locally manufactured pistol, and a capsule of tramadol 100 milligrams. Both suspects were taken to the Tamale Sakasaka police station, where they are currently in custody, assisting police investigations. All exhibits have been secured for forensic and evidential purposes. The operation is being described as a significant success, disrupting the circulation of illicit drugs and illegal firearms in the northern region. The Ghana Police Service says such intelligence-driven operations will continue as part of its commitment to protecting lives, property, and strengthening public confidence in the national security.
That's it for this hour. Thank you so much for your company. I'm Kemeni Amano. Bye-bye.